Labour is slipping again step by step, and this time the public has clearly had enough. Voices are rising, tempers are flaring, and the message being shouted is simple. Enough is enough. Inside this story, a Labour civil war has erupted over what many MPs are calling David Lammy's disastrous justice plans. Yes, first there were whispers of coups aimed at the Prime Minister, and now the spotlight has turned squarely onto Lammy himself. Just hours ago, a bombshell letter signed by almost 36 Labour MPs landed in Downing Street. The message was brutal. Lammy's proposal to change jury trials was branded undemocratic and completely misguided. What's at stake? One of the oldest rights in British law, the right to trial by jury. In this narrative, that right is now seen as hanging by a thread, while rumours of a full-scale leadership revolt echo through the corridors of Westminster. But pause for a moment. Is this just the first spark? Or the fuse for something far more explosive waiting in the background? The tension is heavy, and Keir Starmer's hold on power feels shakier than ever. Let's break it all down. And if you're as angry as many people watching this unfold, fed up with the chaos hitting the justice system, hit subscribe, smash like, and ring the bell. Earlier this month, David Lammy, the Justice Secretary and self-declared reformer, dropped a policy proposal that stunned even his own party. His idea: remove jury trials for most mid-level crimes, the so-called either way, offences that can carry sentences of up to 5 years. Lammy argued this would help clear the Crown Court backlog, which currently sits at 78,000 cases, and according to forecasts, could rise toward 100,000 by 2028 if nothing changes. At first glance, some thought it sounded practical. But that calm lasted minutes. After a storm of backlash, Lammy partially retreated. Under the revised plan, jury trials would only be guaranteed for the most serious cases, or those carrying sentences above 3 years. For lesser offences, defendants would lose the choice. They would be sent to magistrates' courts or new fast-track courts run by judges alone. Lammy described it as a bold but necessary step. He claimed it would stop people exploiting the system for delays, and would put victims first. That argument didn't land. The backlash was immediate and fierce. Leading the charge was Karl Turner, the Labour MP for Hull East. Turner took on the role of attack dog, rallying support with relentless determination. By the end of the day, sources claimed 35 Labour backbenchers had signed his scathing letter. Turner didn't soften his language. He called the plan stupid. He called it undemocratic. He said it would not fix the real problems plaguing the courts: crumbling buildings, outdated technology, and a shortage of judges. More importantly, Turner warned that the proposal would erode a right that has existed for centuries: ordinary citizens deciding guilt or innocence. In his view, this wasn't reform, it was damage. Then came another shock. Turner revealed that Angela Rayner, the former Deputy Prime Minister and still a powerful figure behind the scenes, was firmly opposed to Lammy's proposal. According to Turner, Rayner has been lobbying ministers and Starmer privately, warning that the plan could seriously harm both the justice system and Labour's chances at the next election. "I'm hugely grateful for her support," Turner said, claiming Rayner could see the political fallout coming long before others. The anger only deepened when critics pointed out Lammy's own past words. Back in 2020, Lammy had tweeted that jury trials were a fundamental part of Britain's democratic system, and that removing them was a bad idea. Now he appeared to be doing the exact opposite. That reversal left many Labour MPs openly accusing him of betrayal. But here's the quieter, more dangerous part of this story. Turner believes the House of Lords would likely reject the plan. And he's not ruling out defeat in the Commons either. Government whips, according to insiders, are scrambling, phoning MPs, pressuring them to remove signatures, and trying to prevent more names from being added. Meanwhile, the opposition pounced. Conservative MP Robert Jenrick accused Starmer and Lammy of believing ordinary people are too foolish to sit on juries. He warned that if this proposal passes, it could mark the beginning of the end for jury trials altogether. Legal experts joined the outcry. Lawyers, judges, and civil liberties campaigners described the plan as authoritarian and dangerous. One barrister, speaking privately, said it could increase miscarriages of justice, hitting working-class communities and minorities the hardest. "Our jury system is admired worldwide," the barrister said. "It protects people from state overreach. Remove it, and you're left with judges alone deciding people's futures. All of this is happening while Starmer is already under pressure from every direction. Poll ratings falling. Former Labour strongholds weakening. Farmers driving tractors through Whitehall over a budget mess. Tax increases biting. Pensioners struggling to afford heating and food. And now this. His own MPs sharpening knives over justice reforms that many see as reckless. But the story doesn't stop there. This jury revolt is being framed as just the latest crack in Labour's structure, feeding into long-running rumors of leadership coups. Whispers have turned louder. Polls now suggest that if a leadership contest were held tomorrow, Starmer would lose to Angela Rayner by 19 points. Only about 1 in 3 party members would back him, while 52% would support Rayner. Even Starmer's loyal supporters from 2020 are drifting away, with 41% now abandoning him. Rayner hasn't disappeared either. After the stamp duty controversy, she's been re-emerging, joining the soft left Tribune group and dropping hints in interviews with comments like, "I haven't gone away." Many interpret that as preparation. Then there's Andy Burnham, the mayor of Manchester, polling higher than anyone else in hypothetical contests. When asked about leadership ambitions, he refuses to rule anything out. Clive Lewis has even offered his parliamentary seat so Burnham could return to Westminster. West Streeting, once accused of plotting, has emerged stronger after what allies call a botched smear. Ed Miliband is also quietly polling better than Starmer. Labour MPs are talking openly to the press. One told The Independent, "He's finished. There's no way back." Another told HuffPost, "The only question now is how messy it gets." Behind the scenes, whispers grow darker. Sue Gray, once seen as a neutral enforcer, has reportedly been spotted in quiet discussions with anti-Starmer MPs. In this story, she's no longer just observing. She's helping shape what comes next. From jury trials to leadership challenges, everything is connected. Each mistake chips away at Starmer's authority. With local elections in May approaching, a heavy defeat could trigger a flood of no-confidence letters. The jury rebellion alone now sits at 35 signatures and rising. Whips are panicking. Many see this as the domino that could bring everything down. Rayner is gathering support. Burnham is waiting. Party membership has already delivered its verdict. For some, this is tragic, the collapse of a movement that once promised hope. For others, it's an opportunity for real change. One final number cuts deepest. More than half of Labour members are ready to replace Starmer tomorrow, with Lammy's jury plan seen as just the latest failure. As Karl Turner has warned, these proposals will not be supported. Starmer's grip weakens again. So the question is simple. Has this jury row handed the rebels the knife? Tell us what you think in the comments. Like if you're done with this farce, and subscribe for the unfiltered truth still to come.